Let me ask you, what's actually the most annoying aspect of managing your Shopify store? Like, actually think about it for a second. I can tell you from my experience, the most annoying thing was dealing with the small, repetitive, mundane tasks that we had to do across our entire Shopify store portfolio over and over again. And I'm talking about, all the things that we know about dealing with customer tickets, dealing with refunds and disputes and tracking, dealing with order management, dealing with all the paid marketing campaigns and pausing and scaling all those campaigns across all the channels that we're active on. Just et cetera, right? Just all the things that had to be done, and that's fine, but it was the repetitive and mundane tasks that really bothered me, and frankly were actually also just the biggest barrier and hurdle that we had in terms of truly scaling, right? Because if you spend too much time on those tasks, you don't have enough time to spend on the things that actually really matter. Anyway, now I'm of course a very adamant believer that automation actually has to be the first and most important pillar ahead of everything else the Shopify store needs to do, right? And even ahead of logistics and CRM and paid and organic marketing and website optimization and content creation, all the things that every Shopify store needs to do, and they're absolutely crucial, right? But before that, I think automation needs to come first. And right now we're actually at a point where every new process that we might add to one of our Shopify stores, the first question that we ask ourselves is, can we fully automate that process away? And if not, then we really think closely if we actually want to add that process or not, right? That is the lens that we look out at everything. It's kind of the gate to every other pillar that our Shopify stores might be active in. But let me actually take a step back and tell you a bit of a story of how I got here and why I think this is important, why this might also be relevant for you. And that is, over the last 2-3 years approximately, I've kind of been in the business of buying up small to mid-sized Shopify stores on popular exchanges like Flippa.com and Shopify Exchange Marketplace, which actually no longer exists, or even Empire Flippers or MicroAcquire, which is now Acquire.com. Anyway, the idea was pretty simple, right? That you could buy up all the Shopify stores and derive synergies on a portfolio level, where the sum of the parts would be bigger than the individual components. So first of all, it's actually much harder than it sounds. But secondly, more importantly, is that when you realize very quickly it's crazy how many commonalities there are across Shopify stores, regardless of what product they sell, what niche they're in, what geography they're in, even their size segment, because they're all built on the same tech tool stack called Shopify, and they all do the same operational processes that we discussed, right? CRM, logistics, paid and organic marketing, website optimization, content creation, etc. It is crazy how many of those processes are similar and are actually like the perfect opportunity to automate all of those processes away. And especially with our business model, or the buy and build model, right? Before we really took automation seriously, you can imagine every new Shopify store that we bought, we were stacking those small and repetitive mundane tasks on top of each other, right? And again, it just became a matter of, for our business model, really surviving and being able to scale and grow, because that was just impossible if we didn't completely automate all the processes across all of our Shopify stores. And that's really how we started the journey with automating, first of all of our Shopify stores, and then also other Shopify stores. And I remember I actually sat down, and for weeks, when I got pretty fed up, at the point where we were scaling pretty fast and just constantly dealing with all those tasks, I thought, every single process of our Shopify stores, can we humanly possible automate this away? Like, if I just look at all the tools available, both external and internal, and just really think, is it possible to automate this away somehow? And if you do that, and I did this for a couple of weeks and I actually wrote a document, it's crazy how many processes we can automate away that we previously just take for granted just because we've always done them, or employees have always done them, or a team member has always done them, where in fact, it can be fully automated away, and the tools exist right now, we just might not know about them. So that's what Artikuno automation is all about. It's really helping Shopify store owners unlock massive amounts of time, right? So that they can really focus on the things that matter. And again, not deal with the small repetitive tasks, completely automate that away, and also really achieve way higher growth through automation. And again, automation being efficiency in many ways. I'll also say that now I think is actually a pretty special time in history. Everything that's going on with ChatGPT and really a bunch of other tech tools that are being built in the Shopify ecosystem, you can just see really two worlds. The Shopify stores that really automate all of their processes away and just have all this time to focus on the things that really matter, to grow and add value to their store, and all the other Shopify stores that fall behind. Not to sound too dramatic, but I kind of see this now more and more, and really this trend is accelerating. What we decided to do in Artikuno automation is to work with 10 Shopify stores and see how much of this automation lemon we can squeeze. So I'm pretty curious. The only cutoff is really that we'll work with Shopify stores that make at least 100K in revenue per year. That's just a basic cutoff, just because I think a lot of those automation processes really kick in if you have a minimum scale. But other than that, if this sounds interesting to you, then book in a call with one of our team members. We have a link on our website, and we'll get to know a little bit about your Shopify store. You'll get to know a little bit more about us. So I look forward to talking to you.